Hey Aries, it's Mama TPG with One Love, One Light Tarot. Welcome to your Divine Matrix reading. So this is not a red pill versus blue pill reading, although it could be. Everything is connected. This is not affiliated with Greg Braden's Divine Matrix, although I will say it inspires it. Greg Braden's Divine Matrix is really fascinating evidence being presented to bridge the gap between spirituality and science. So it's scientifically proving that we are all connected, that we are all affected and affecting energy of others, as well as our energy being affected by others. So we really are all connected. It's not just about human to human. It's all of infinite space, and everything can affect your energy. So that being said, this reading is really about looking at a particular energy that you're going through and looking at it from various aspects. So a little different than what I was talking about with Greg Braden. So this, I'm going to pull cards and we're going to look at these same cards for various aspects, including wellness, health, career, money, romance, love, all with the same card. So a card, when looked at from the perspective of, say, health, is going to have a certain type of energy, but then when we're looking at that same card for money, it could be a different type of energy, right? It's all the same energy, but it's how it's affecting those aspects, if that makes sense. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a Soul's Journey card just to see what lessons you're working on. Holy Spirit, show me clearly what Aries is going through. What is the lesson, or what are you wanting to bring to our attention for Aries? And we have purpose. I know what I'm here to do. So I feel like this could be, they're bringing this to your attention. Maybe you don't know what your life purpose is, but because if this is a lesson, it's like there's something that's going to be triggering you to understand more clearly what your purpose here is, and how that affects your decisions moving forward. At the bottom of the deck, we have abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Now, I do feel that it's our birthright to have abundance, and I also believe that we are all here. One of our purposes on earth is to experience love in its fullest. So that's just a little side note. Let's get an Indigo Angels card to see what else Spirit wants to bring to our attention for Aries. All right, we have stay. Okay, so this may resonate for some of you as far as if there's a certain decision, there's a purpose to it. There's a reason. If you're thinking of leaving a situation, leaving a job, leaving a relationship, Spirit is saying stay. There's a purpose behind it. And maybe it's not forever. Maybe it is, just for the moment, for a reason. Excuse me. Maybe there's a truth you need to speak. I'm getting this little tickle in my throat. I bumped the camera. At the bottom of the deck, we have health. So we are definitely going to look at health anyways. And that is part of your abundance, is health, right? Let's get a White Witch Tarot, which is just the major arcana, to see what the overarching energy is going to be for this Divine Matrix for Aries. Wow, excuse me. I am just getting... Sometimes when I get that, I feel like it's Spirit's way of saying that you're struggling with some type of truth or speaking your truth. But it doesn't have to be. Take it how it resonates. Okay, so we have the Emperor. That's you. So this is about staying in your power. And, the Emperor represents that the intellect, the strength, and the leadership to run an empire, right? So I feel like I see different angles, different faces here. So I feel like there is something that you're needing to look at from a different perspective. Maybe this is, you know, having to do with your job. Maybe it's your relationship, but understanding what lessons are you meant to learn to bring you, you know, make you stronger. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So I feel like there's something that you learned over the course of Aries season and Taurus season that you're really putting into play now that we're going into Gemini season. But let's see how this plays out here. I feel like it's really highlighting, like being, it's almost like this looks like the pitchfork of like the devil energy or something. And I feel like it's about bringing like awareness to the toxic thoughts that you may have. But that's just for some of you. Because we have wings here, and it's just about recognizing how powerful your own thoughts are, how powerful your actions are, and seeing things from others' perspective, recognizing the decisions you make affect more than just you. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. All right, so let's get the Divine Matrix. Spirit, show us clearly the Divine Matrix for Aries. And we get the Seven of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. We have Justice. We have the Nine of Wands. And the Strength card. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck we have Three of Cups. Okay, so just looking at this here without focusing on any particular aspect, I do feel like Spirit is reminding you how strong you are. And sometimes this can be a little off-putting. It's like, why are you telling me that I'm strong? Am I going to have to endure something? Am I coming up on a battle? What is it? Why are you reminding me that I am strong? And, excuse me. Let me get another drink here. So I feel like Spirit is bringing to your attention your inner strength. Yes, you have the ability to tear apart anybody, but it's also about recognizing that it takes a stronger person to reserve that aggression and transmute it properly. Okay, so a good leader is going to do that, right? So there may be, I feel like with this stay and purpose, I feel like there may be this feeling of wanting to run away from a situation. This could be a relationship. This could be, you know, anything that you're dealing with. You may be contemplating like having this urge to run away, and they are saying stay. There's a purpose. There's something that you need to learn, or else you're going to repeat this wherever you go. So whether that's in a career, in a relationship, in, you know, with family, whatever this is, we'll figure out the different aspects. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with health and wellness. So the Emperor, right off the bat, I'm going to say, you know, if you identify as a male, then I would say get your hormones checked. But I'm also saying if you identify as a female, get your hormones checked. The Emperor could have something to do with reproductive organs or hormone levels. So if you have too much testosterone, too much, estrogen. So there's definitely a need to look at that right off the bat. With the Strength card here, I feel like you are fairly fit and healthy, but we do have Seven of Cups here. So I feel like I feel like there may be, some type of substance issues here if that doesn't apply, because the strength card is also like that need for serenity. I'm getting that serenity prayer. So you may be a recovering addict or something, and I feel like that even if you are overcoming an addiction, you also have to think about how that, whatever that addiction, how it has affected your health. So I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that, even quitting now is great, but definitely look into making sure that everything, any kind of, there could be residual effects is what I'm trying to say. With the 5 of Wands here, I'm feeling like you have to be very mindful of, I feel like there's things that could get in your way. So I feel like be very careful. This is like a time when you could be prone to some injuries. So it's like when you're lifting something, making sure that you're doing it properly. If you are, trying to get yard work done even, it's like, make sure that you're, being mindful of how you bend over or reach for things or whatever. Just be very careful there. With the Justice here, I feel like there is something that really needs balance. But also with this being under the 7 of Cups, it's like if you are, partying or taking part in any kind of substances, just recognize what you do today can affect tomorrow. It will, that's this residual effect I'm seeing. So with the 9 of Wands here, I feel like some of you may have had a long-term health issue, and Spirit is just bringing to your attention that your perseverance is paying off. Like you just keep going, you're staying strong, you're sticking to a regimen of some sort. I do feel like with this 3 of Cups here, there's definitely, a tendency when you get stressed out to overindulge. And then we have the 7 of Cups here. That's definitely being brought to our attention. So, it may or may not apply to you. All right, so let's look at career. So the Emperor is obviously awesome for career. This is all about being a good leader. And whether you're in a leadership position or not, there's a purpose for you to stay in that leadership quality. And so I feel like there's, you just never know depending on what industry you're in. Always be mindful that, in this job, you may have a supervisor or something or a manager above you, and then you go to another company and next thing you know, you're that person's boss. So it's all about, I don't want to say like playing the game, but it's like staying in integrity, because you never know when the tables are going to turn or when you're going to have to work with that same person, even if you go to another job. So it's just being mindful of maintaining your reputation of being a leader and really operating in integrity. So with the Strength card here, I feel like you really need to temper any kind of impulsiveness when it comes to your career. So if you are ready to go, I think Spirit is saying stay. There's a purpose for it. It may be coming into the right connection. If you are trying to leave a situation, I feel like Spirit is really drawing to your attention. Don't be impulsive. Reserve that. Be sure of, you may have plenty of options here. Yeah, I'm getting lots of options here. So it's like, don't take off too soon. Be mindful that there may be, just the right person or just the right opportunity that will come forth. And then you'll know in your intuition and in your heart that this is why you were asked to wait. There is a lot of competition here. So, and I do feel like this can represent competition. It can also represent that the industry that you're in is kind of unpredictable right now. And I feel like A lot of companies and industries fit into this category now ever since the pandemic. So I feel like, it's like maybe just waiting. Maybe that's what Spirit is talking about. Obviously going into your intuition and seeing how this applies to you, the advice that I'm giving. So, it could be competition for a particular opportunity. This can also, like I said, represent unpredictable industry. So maybe seeing kind of how it levels out after, the residual effects. I'm getting residual a lot for your reading. That's really a word that I don't use all the time. All right. So with Justice here, there's definitely a need to balance like a work-life balance here. And I think that this unpredictable, also the balance may be that's going to level out. And then you can kind of gauge, where do you go from here once that industry kind of levels out a little bit. So you can see, how to make long-term plans in this career. With the 9 of Wands, I feel like, we have this stay here. And this is also about like just standing your ground. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I've put a lot of work in here and I'm going to, see this through at least till, you get another opportunity, which would be the Ace of Wands, which would carry this cycle close, right? It would make the 9 turn into a 10, which means the ending of a cycle. So I do see you as just standing your ground. I do see, though, that, networking and being mindful of your relationships at work, like I said, when we're in particular industries, it can become a very small world. So it's like being very mindful of the relationships that you create at work. All right, so let's look at this from a money standpoint. Did I lose my music again here? Whoops. There we go. Is it playing? I guess I just lost the music. Weird. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, sorry about that. So for money, the Emperor. I feel like if there is any type of like money issues that you are unclear about, don't play a guessing game. Get an expert with this Emperor here. If you don't really feel like you have money issues, then that doesn't apply to you. With the Strength here, I feel like if there are any investments that you're making, or I feel like your fears can cause you to make rash decisions with your money. So remove emotions from money. Don't allow fear to guide you. Don't allow anger. I just feel like this is really saying like you see how her face is just deadpan, but deep down you're like ready to, it's like making any kind of aggressive action. It's not about just putting a plain poker face on. Really removing emotion from your money situation. That's what I'm getting here. I don't have, let me just clarify that. What does that mean? Why is the Strength card here for money? For Aries. 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. And the Tower. Okay, so what I'm getting is there may be something where, you feel like this lack mentality, like you're going to get left out in the cold. And I feel like, this could have been, there could be like some kind of crash happening. I'm not even going to lie. I feel like we're all kind of standing back waiting to see what happens after the pandemic with money. Don't make any emotional decisions. I feel like, if you need to get an expert involved, then do so. When it comes to 401k or anything like that, I feel like it's just, don't make emotional decisions. Do what's practical. Allow Spirit to guide you with exactly what you want to do with your money. I do see that you're still going to have, the Seven of Cups represents more opportunities for investing, or more opportunities for more choices as to, maybe you have side hustles, maybe you have opportunities to change the way you're investing. There could be a lot of options here, but just know that it's like we could be in kind of a fog. This could be an illusion of not seeing things clearly. So again, removing emotion and not trying to make decisions based on, what looks pretty, and, what do they say? All that glitters is not gold. Don't let yourself get distracted or under any type of illusion, any too good to be true type situations with money. Five of Wands. Yeah, I just feel like this is saying there's a lot going on. Just stand still. Don't, we have this stay here. Just don't make any money moves. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying the energies that are around you. With Justice here, I feel like you are going to feel the need to be cautious, and I feel like Spirit is really confirming that for you. Be cautious with your money. And this is not about having a lack mentality. It's just because of the way of the world right now. It's like we don't know exactly where this is going. If you are in business for yourself, or if you share money with your partner, like say you all have both your money all in one account, I feel like there is a need for you to kind of set aside, at least maybe creating your own little savings account. And this is not in secret. I'm not saying doing it in secret. I just feel like there's something where Spirit is saying set aside a little bit for yourself. It's kind of like this need to approach things solo. I don't know. Take that how it resonates. We do have this Three of Cups here, so I do feel like you really are enjoying the fruits of your labor, and that's so important. You can't just work to death and keep putting your money away. There is a need to enjoy it, award yourself, because otherwise the motivation to get up and go to work every day, even if you have your own business, it will get old. You have to give yourself some type of motivation, reward is what I'm seeing here. All right. So let's get to the good stuff and look at this from romance and love. So the Emperor has some control issues. I'm not going to lie. Whether this is you or your partner, there's some control issues here. And this may be causing you to look at the real purpose, or, evaluate this purpose here. I feel like this is like you're looking at evaluating, like, is this where I want to be? Whether you're trying to control, or you could be mirroring each other. You both could be trying to control. Maybe you're butting heads over that. Spirit is saying there's a purpose for you to stay in the situation you're in. If you're single, maybe it's working through, healing some, why do I feel the need to control? Has that hindered some beautiful relationships in the past, right? So we have strength here, and I feel like this is definitely this need for serenity. And with having the Seven of Cups here, you may have a substance issue that needs to be worked out before you go jumping into a relationship. If you're in a relationship, it could be causing conflict in your relationship. So I'm definitely seeing substances as really being highlighted here. There's a need for balance, where you're at. Be honest with yourself. Justice is all about truth. So being very truthful with yourself as to how substances or any kind of codependency is affecting your relationships. Okay. I feel like it does make it really hard. It's making it hard for you. Whether this, maybe you are, maybe you don't have a substance issue, but there's codependence because your partner does, and there's all this codependency things happening where you're creating a certain illusion that everything is fine. And that can be hard work. It can be real hard work. Trust me, I'm fully aware of this. With this Three of Cups here, I mean, yes, there's all kinds of celebration that we should be enjoying life. But at what cost? Be careful of what you're celebrating here. Like, get things in balance and then celebrate, if we're looking at things, through an illusion, everything looks grand and it's always time to celebrate. But, and I think that we should always be celebrating life, but it's like, how do we choose to honor that life? Loving ourselves, or, allowing substances or, poison that we're turning a blind eye to here. All right. This isn't calling you out, Aries. This is just asking you to look at how are these, any kind of toxic elements, how are these affecting you in the long term? Okay. This is not something that just started yesterday. This has been going on for a very long time. And I feel like toxicity can erode life. So that's what's coming to, that's what Spirit's bringing forth. But they're also saying stay, and there's a purpose to this. So there is a lesson to be learned here, or something, something beautiful that is going to be revealed to you based on this. I feel like Spirit is really working behind the scenes in your favor. So, all right, let's get some guidance for Aries to close this out. Okay. Way too many cards. Let's try this again. What guidance do we have for Aries? Okay, we have this one here. And it says, this card signifies expansion and the accomplishment and success that come as a result of doing what you love, or something that has great meaning for you. You are creating something of lasting value that will be enjoyed by others for years to come. A strong sense of teamwork and fulfillment abound. Wow. That feels like bringing in, like, really bringing light into your home situation, into your work situation, and really embracing. So I feel like, there may be some change that you are wanting to happen, but it's like being grateful and showing the universe that you appreciate what you do have is going to bring about this beautiful light within, whether it's your job, your home, your relationship, your health. So I guess it's about looking at how do you prove that you are grateful for what you have? That's something to ponder. Let's get one more. Okay, we have this one here. And it says, tune into the subtle and divine force within me, and you shall sense the subtle and divine force within yourself and all living things. Over the coming days, there is a heightened sense of spiritual connection with Isis, goddess of motherhood, magic, and fertility. Watch out. So if fertility, motherhood, if you are looking to get pregnant, Spirit is saying this is a good time to try for that. If you are not trying to be pregnant, Spirit is saying this is a good time for fertility. So be very mindful of that. All right, so those are the messages that came through for you. I do see this as being a beautiful time for you. So, apply what you learned. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And remember, the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.